Hey, what is up guys? You got me drinking some coffee over here. Welcome to another fantastic comic book Friday, and today, probably from the title you know, we're gonna be talking about the second book, the middle book of the three Jokers. And as of time of recording, I just got it yesterday. I yesterday read it. I mean, I'm probably gonna give it a second read once the third book's come out, and just to get, you know, this whole thing. But let me tell you, even though I was, you know, exhausted right after a whole, you know, long day, it was like 11 p.m. when I was reading it. Did it felt like a proper, you know, middle book? It kind of did. It was not as good as the first one. We don't know how the third one is gonna be, but let's just jump right into it. So first of all, what we got this time, we've got another card. So this is the card, right? And this is the card with a Joker. And this one, because there are three Jokers, right? There's comedian, there is, I keep forgetting those. Alright, as I'm gonna go through the book, I'll probably remember, wait. Got the book here. So, of course, we got the comedian, but also we do have the criminal, and that is the criminal this time, right? So that is the criminal right over here with Barbara Gordon. And we got the J and B. Again, everything comes with threes, right? So again, the theme of three kind of is happening here as well. And the book opens up in a really weird manner, which I thought it's like actually true. So we've got the comedian, right? We got the comedian Joker actually coming in and be like, honey, I'm home. And you kind of see, you know, the wife, Kyle, like, hello, you're so fast, but I've got, you know, there's dinner ready, no worry, you know, like, they are terrified. So first thing, you know, you have in your head, like, okay, they kidnapped them, 100%, right? Because he also goes like, hey, where's the kiddo? Right, you know, the kid doesn't want to go downstairs. You know, the mother says like, please, you know, I can't hold him any longer. And so the kid goes downstairs, and he's like, oh, why such a grim, you know, face? He goes like, no, she just doesn't like octopus. He goes like, oh, no worries. And it turns out that the comedian is just projecting that because, and again, I'm gonna go back to opening the book. At the end, I'm gonna show you what cover I picked because there's multiple covers. One thing about the covers that really pissed me off is that even though I love certain stores, they left out the gold, the purple variants for their, like, you know, giveaways or like their stuff to promote even more. Like, that was kind of I don't like it. So yeah, that's the cover I got, right? We've got this one. So, as I was saying, right, you know, that is the whole scene. The kid doesn't want to come in, and, you know, it does make sense. But it turns out, again, that was a projection. So the criminal comes in, right? That is just a projection that our comedian just had. And, well, they got into this talk like, hey, comedian, like, you want, you know, Batman to be on us. You want Batman to find out about us. And look at that. One of us is dead. Shot dead. Brain right there on the floor. When we remember that, it was actually the Red Hood from the last episode, right? Or from the book number 1. And here, of course, before I read this book, I've seen all, you know, like, the titles of every single YouTube video. It's like, Red Hood is broken, Red Hood is broken, Red Hood is broken! Which really kind of annoyed me, you know, because like they well, it does kind of spoil a thing, but I was like, okay, you know, so I was like, alright, so Red Hood's gonna get broken, Red Hood's gonna get turned into the Joker. Not the case, so no worries. Not the case at all. Like, that's why, of course, I'm also, you know, putting like 2 weeks after the release my comic book Friday with this, so again, you kind of have those 2 weeks to read. Alright, so, moving on. We left off with the Red Hood, right? Red Hood shot the Joker last time, and honestly, there are no really repercussions here in the book. Not, okay, technically, right? But also, as you remember, Barbara, even though she threw the batarang, it was the first time she missed. Because, like, usually she doesn't miss, and that was the time she actually missed. And this whole fragment, because that's how the previous book ended. Maybe it's gonna touch upon in the book number 3, but in this book it's completely forgotten, which really kind of annoyed me, because you've got Barbara. That's that's literally a next scene. We've got, let me open that so we're gonna go through the book, right? We've got, of course, Barbara. Okay, we got the crime scene of the judge, right? That was murdered by one of the three Jokers in the past book. But the most important part is that we've got Barbara going to Batman right over here and telling him, hey, listen, that's what Red Hood did. And they are just going off. It's a huge conversation about the Red Hood. And wait, I'm just gonna use the card to, yeah, I don't have a top loader for this card. I know, I have to purchase a top loader, I know. So they go on and off, and why you let Red Hood become like that? Why didn't help him like me? And they're like, I thought he was dead. He's like, yeah, but he's not anymore. He's like, yeah, I wish I'd done that. And this is the whole thing of this book. The Red Hood, how he become the Red Hood, how he changed mentally. That Barbara could have overcome all those things that Joker did to her, but with the help of people, with the help of friends, with the help of Batman, while the Red Hood didn't have that. Again, kind of the reason that he was dead, let's be honest, right? So everyone assumed he was dead, even Batman assumed he was dead, so when the Red Hood comes out and appears, well, let's be honest, he's already after this whole process. So we got this big conversation, what are we gonna do with the Red Hood? Is on the killing spree right now. That's what Barbara says. He's he murdered, and we should take him to authorities. We should do this and that and that. And in my head, it's well, you missed that battery on purpose as well. Why we keep forgetting about that? And then Batman actually, just says a really good thing. We can't turn Red Hood in for the murder, and there's one reason to it. And Barbara goes why? What is the reason? What is the reason? And this is a really cool shot of actually, the window reflection, kind of she is driving in the Batmobile. Then we got a window going down, Batman speaks, and slowly going up, again projecting slowly that. And the Batman, touches upon a really cool thing. We can't actually give him to authorities, because then they will reveal his identity. And at the same time, she is the only eyewitness of actually him killing the Joker, so she would have to be hey, listen, I'm actually Barbara Gordon, right? Her identity would also be revealed, because that would have to be in court. Which also kind of gets a bit iffy if you think about all the criminals that Batman caught, just left them hanging, and when yeah, that's there. Of course, you can go yeah, they were more witnesses, right? If they survived, there was a lot of more things to that. So yeah, we can agree on that, right? Yeah, there were witnesses. So when Batman didn't have to be the person that is. It's testimonial. Yeah, it's just speaking in the court as an eyewitness, right? So maybe that, but of course here Barbara is the only person at this point, right? And probably will be ever. So yeah, she can't do that. So they figure out, all right, we have to find him. We have to help him now. Then we jump on to, of course, the Red Hood, right? And Red Hood is still in search. He's still in rage. He's searching. Where is the plan? Where they took those Ace Chemicals, right? Truck. And, well, as he is actually, I'm going to show you that. There's this really cool scene, of course, during this whole conversation. He is really going off onto criminals, and he's just taking them one by one, trying to figure out where to go. And as he's doing so, he activates, he connects his helmet to the Batcave, and that's how Batman knows. That's how Batman knows where he is. They have his location, but is it enough to stop? Because as we learn, he already found the place, and the place. Oh no, sorry, my mistake, I kind of forgot the really good plot. So they activate that, they know where he is, but first they have to check one thing. So on the fingerprints on the cable, on the cable that the guy from the first one, and from the beginning of this one, got murdered, got killed with. So the judge, right, that was corrupted, they actually belong to Joe Chill. Those are the fingerprints. So they go to, of course, the Blackgate first. And Joe Chill is, of course, the murderer of parents of Bruce Wayne. So Barbara and... No, not Barbara. Thomas and Martha Wayne. Right. So they go there, and Barbara's like, hey, why are we going there? Like, you know, Joe Chill is not in his cell. So like Batman just like goes like, go in, you know, just kicking the cell door, which is a huge panel right here, right, kicking the cell door. And Barbara just says like, hey, listen, he's not here. He has a stage 4 cancer. He's been, you know, on in the medical facility for around 4 months now. He couldn't done it. So Batman kind of deduces that, well, there must have been someone. There must have been someone that took his fingerprints. So we have to look at the CCTV, right? So we have to look at the cameras, but not now. Now we have to go to find the Red Hood. And of course, those are the pages, and there we go. The Red Hood, in the meantime, finds the lair of the Joker. And this is actually a pool, a Gotham City Athletic Association swimming pool, which is quite interesting. Of course, it is condemned, it's contaminated. Those are the signs, and they all tell you can't enter. And here is... So up until this point, the book was really mediocre. Let's be honest. Up until this point, it was super mediocre. And it felt like a middle book. It felt like it's just... It's not a point B, it's not a point A, it's somewhere in the middle, right? It's somewhere just to take us to this point B, to our destination. And that's how it felt. But with the next page, when you flip to the next page, it kind of turns into grim story back again, where I like it. Grim, it's not maybe... I would classify it plus 16 at least, right? Story that is not easy to understand for the young readers, definitely. And it's horrifying for them. So we know that they are creating the Jokers, right? But we never saw how they were creating the Jokers. And this is the panel that shows that. And you can kind of assume already what it is going to be. We see... And if it is going to be too graphic, I mean, I do apologize, but that is the comic book. It doesn't say mature anywhere here, so I can show that. We got the beautiful shot like that of the pool of bodies. Some of them are alive, and you can see one of them is reaching. One of them is even reaching to Jason Todd's leg, and he's just kicking it off. And those are what might have been the Jokers, right? They are trying to create the perfect Joker. They're slowly trying to create them. But as this is happening, as Jason Todd is in shock, he's got kidnapped. He's getting kidnapped by the 3 Jokers, stripped down, butt naked. And that's where the story gets this turn. That's, I think, where people thought like, okay, Red Hood is broken. So we got now a scene where Red Hood is sitting butt naked. Let me just show you that. There we go. That's the panel. I mean, you can't see that, but there's the panel. He's sitting butt naked with the 2 Jokers just talking to him, especially the criminal. The criminal is just talking to him like, hey, listen, kiddo, you're just like us. And he's trying to explain to him that he's actually... He could have been a perfect Joker. He could have been exactly what they wanted. He survived, you know, the beating. He just hates Batman for doing so. He just hates him so much. He feels chronic pain every single time because the criminal actually feels the chronic pain as he laughs, which is really cool idea and cool concept that actually laughing, even though he is laughing, hurts him so much. He's almost in tears, which again, it shows over those 3 panels right here. That is pain. And they're just trying to explain to him like, you could have been one of us, and you are one of us. So mentally they are keep breaking him, right? Last issue they remind him what he did. Now they're breaking him even more, slowly. They're putting the mask on him, his own mask, with the Joker smile. But as they put the mask, they go like, you know what? You could have been, but you're not. You're just not. And as they say that, the comedian just goes behind him, and we've got what, well, once happened as well. We've got him just cracking his Red Hood's mask right here with a crowbar, hitting him hard, as he says, and I quote, you make sure I stay dead this time. And of course Joker, in his own words, oh, why would I do that? I'm so rooting for you, kiddo. Well, I hope you rise back up and prove us wrong. As the Joker, as the screen fades to red, and we move on to the Batman. So I think many YouTubers actually that were reviewing that, that said he's broken. They went and stopped like at this point. They didn't want to say anything what's left, but we're gonna do it, right? So because he is, well, definitely there is a problem with him. There's definitely a problem with him. So right now we've got things getting intense. Barbara, wham! Just getting into that building, but they are already surrounded. They are already surrounded with all the Jokers, all the zombies. But they are real people. But they are they're fast overcome. There's just too many of them. They're taking Batman's belt. But as they take the belt, there's a beeping sound. As they are actually activating the Batmobile. And the Batmobile goes boom! Crushing in, and just helping them all. Now they see a young boy, actually laying here. Todd, is that you, Todd? No, it's not. It's not Jason Todd. As they enter the next room, they see Jason Todd lying right here, just lying in blood, but he's alive. Don't touch me, he screams. Are you alright? Am I alright? He just throws the mask. He is angry. You can feel he's angry at the Batman. He just goes everything, does everything like, you better put me in jail. Just put me in that jail. I hate you. Fuck you. Hate you. That's what he goes on. But Barbara just hugs him. She just gives him a hug. Says that everything's gonna be alright, Jason. Don't worry. You gotta rest. And Jason kind of faints in her arms, which is a really beautiful scene. Now we are in Barbara's Gordon house. Jason is actually sleeping right over here on her bed, and as he's sleeping, Batman says, listen, he's gonna be fine, but there are still two Jokers, there's still two maniacs, there's still people dying on the streets. We gotta go, stop this madness. Of course Barbara says, why? Like, he needs you. This is Jason, this is your Robin, he really needs you. Batman says he's fine. Believe me, he's fine right now. There are bigger problems as they fade. And, well, we jump actually to Jason Todd waking up. Slowly waking up. And as he wakes up, he sees what Barbara has in her house. We see the calendar where she has physical therapies, dad picking me up from a swimming pool, psychotherapist. So he sees that she is still seeking help. We see the book Chronic Pain Management, because again, they're both actually are suffering from a chronic pain. And he sees in the corner the wheelchair. As the barber comes in, you kind of can feel the change in Red Hood again. Why don't you just ask, like, why? Why do you have this all? I hope you don't mind, but look, why you have it? She's like, wait, listen. I'm overcoming it. Like, I have help from therapists. I have help from my dad, from my friends. Like, I have people that cared about me. And you have too. And Jason just keeps saying, like, no one cared about me. Like, no one helped me like they helped you go through those things. And she just says, like, listen, we thought you were dead. When you appeared, you were already the Red Hood. You didn't have that healing process. You were already that guy. I care about you. And as she says that, they share this little moment. They kiss. There is this little moment. They kiss. And you know the rest it might be fine. He might be fine. They're like, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that anymore. But this is the moment that she says again, listen, even though we can't, I care. Bruce cares. And just please don't take that route. Don't be the murderer. As we cut back to the Batcave, where Batman actually looks at all three Jokers and missing criminals and missing clowns. As he goes through the files, he goes through the criminal and the clown. So the two that are actually right now running, he knows who they are. Of course he's Batman, he knows. But then we kind of cut to also those two Jokers. Because where are they, right? So they actually break into Blackgate. They got a Joe Chill. They kidnapped a Joe Chill, the murderer of of Thomas and Martha Wayne. They give him a hat and say, well, you're gonna need that, kiddo. What? Joe Chill asks. Now lights, camera, action. The camera starts recording. It's time to finally confess, Mr. Chill. Why did you really kill Thomas and Martha Wayne? Which leads to, again, super grim ending, but such an open one. I want to know, because again, it's going to be in the month, right? Another book, but this is the ending that is just perfect. It's another, just like the Joker being dead last time, it just leaves you open. It's like, wait, like we kind of know, right? Like it was, she just wanted, like, why? Like it was told why he killed. What? Is there deeper meaning to that? Like you really want to know, and that's a really good twist on an almost 100 years old story. 83, okay, 80, no, 90, no, wait, 90, I believe, right? Never mind. There was 1,000 issue of Batman Detective, so it's a really nice twist on that story. Right, so I'm really curious what they're gonna do next. If I would have to rate that book, half of this book, the first half is mediocre at best. It's, well, not putting you in this state that the whole first book puts you in. But the second half, the moment that I just told you now, when they are getting in to this, well, Gotham pool, right? That's where I just start to love the book. This is the matter. I'm like, this is just getting crazy. This is madness. This is batshit crazy what is happening. Because it just shows you the scale of this Joker production, you can say, right? Because it just shows you all those bodies, all those people that were kidnapped and, well, just tortured, destroyed. It's insanely grim. Then you have, the throwback again, the crowbar to Jason Todd. Joker's trying every single time to break him, to make him another Joker. It's really intense. It's really good. And, well, the ending, right? The ending itself. What is that mystery? What is happening? Especially that Batman actually has those files on them. So you kind of have the concept also, that, well, there's Joe Chill, that why he killed them, like what's the truth. Batman, that he actually had the files on those guys, so he must have known about 3 Jokers, because from the very beginning he says, like, no, there must have been 3. So he had files. We've got now Barbara Gordon actually, like, forgetting that she missed where Red Hood was killing, and actually caring about, she's like a mother figure to Jason. And we've got the Jason Todd that from page to page, I think he has like a really, really, really well written bipolar disorder. At one hand, one page he just hates the world, goes on. Another one, he's just a vulnerable little kid. super good story. Honestly, I can't say that enough. I love it. And the more I read, I was like, okay, it's fun. But when I sat down right now and I just reviewed it for you, right? We went page by page. I started loving it even more. It's a beautiful story, and highly recommend that to any Batman fan. Excuse me. Especially if you love The Killing Joke, and if you love The Death in the Family. I think those are the books that define this one. And honestly, this DC Black Label, I mean, this is because next week there's going to be a video where I'm actually going to be touching upon, because I've already recorded it, on the one issue that I have that you can buy. There's just so many books that you have, like Detective, All-Star, and regular Batman, and if you buy one only, the story is skipping from one to another, and you kind of miss, so you kind of have to buy all, but not all of them are going to go to the event, so like that's kind of my problem. But here you've got self-contained stories with beginning, middle, and end that are really good, and are just adding, like this added a lot more than literally half of my collection of like Rebirth. Not even gonna lie. Of course, you know, not a Punchline. Like Punchline is a different story, but it's just giving a lot. And Black Label, I think they are just like with Batman Damned, really good. So if I would have to rate this book because of the beginning, because of those first middle part, that's not how it works. That's not how the English works, Raven. Because of this first part, right, up until the middle point, I think it's a solid, honestly, it's a solid 8. Even though the first one was a solid 10, it was just getting you this whole story, what is happening, and it's insane, and you've got all those, and you got insane ending. Here, it's not, it's cranked up, right, but from middle point moving forward. So, solid 8 out of 10, I think it's a great note. And honestly, I think, you know, that is not something bad for the book. I think it's a great book. I think it's worth actually having in a collection, right? Especially that, you know, you've got the card. And one thing that's worth knowing, the spine, that they're actually doing that. So you can just, if you don't have, you know, if you can just put it right here on your shelf. You don't have to put it in your comic book box or the long box, right? You don't have to put it there. You can just display it nicely on your shelf. And I like to display stuff. So yes, that is also a plus here. So solid 8 out of 10. Really curious what is going to happen next. I want to know. I honestly want to know what happens next. And well, if you enjoy what I'm doing here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like that, for more Comic Book Fridays. I don't know if we're gonna do like whole stories. Maybe, you know, maybe in the future with the scans, like we might do some of that. Why not? Who knows? So thank you guys so much for that Comic Book Friday. And well, if you want this to be like a series that is, you know, more often, not only Comic Book Friday, we may also have, you know, just a series of the books, right, that are upcoming. So we're gonna have the Comic Book Friday where I'm just talking about stuff, and then we got, you know, kind of like review or like just, you know, run through. Let me know. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye. Gonna have a fantastic rest of the day. Take care. Bye.